2020 Nissan Silvia S16, 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Nismo, 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Sport. New cars by. Welcome to our car blog. This time we will be share information about the latest cars is coming from Nissan brand. The title of an article we take is 2020 Nissan Silvia S16, 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Nismo, 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Sport. New cars by. We will be try discuss details about this car, ranging from reviews, concept, redesign, rumors, exterior, interior, specs, changes, engine, colors, pictures, release date and also prices. Congratulations to read and we hope you enjoy it and then we'll come back again here. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16, 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Nismo, 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Sport. New cars by. Starting in the front, we discover the S16 Silvia gets Nissan's newest design terminology cues, the most apparent of which is the large V-motion grille and fascia. This is a common attribute amongst all of Nissan's latest models, and in the case of our maid Silvia, it may help to extend the character facial lines in the hood deeply into the front bumper with brushed metal encompasses. The grille's fine mesh place will get a black finish, coordinated by a black linking in between the headlights. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Review. Communicating of headlights, the S16 will get thin curvaceous products that appear to be as though they are evolved from the S15's headlights. LEDs are the technology of decision here, from the main head illumination to the signature daytime running lights. Reduce in the fender, you will find fog lighting fixtures located into the arrow blade cutouts, complemented by a notable lower splitter element. Do not neglect the requisite S-lightning bolt badge on the nostrils. Shifting to the side, we have seen notable front fenders that drop down to a challenging angle character line leading into the extended outside skirts. Above the side dresses is a match of supporting character facial lines that are focused down toward the front fenders to add visible brake to the car's position. The wheels are big, 18 inches from the manufacturing facility, and can come covered in large, sticky summer silicone as a no-cost choice. The garden greenhouse is put to the rear of the body, highlighting the car's hood line and the coupe cut to the roof. In the rear, we might anticipate a small trunk space, almost certainly with a delicate trailing edge spoiler. A sizable reduced diffuser will help aero as nicely, and come with a duo of shiny exhaust recommendations. The tail lights will probably be lean and triangular in form. We also expect Nissan to supply the S16 with a range of improved aero packages for those fanatics seeking for a little more visual punch. Finally, we count on considerably compact exterior dimensions, calculating in a tiny larger than the existing 370Z, however, not so large it ranks as a full midsize giving. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 Interior. Although it is unsure what direction Nissan will require in regard to time to design the S16's interior format, we think it is a pretty risk-free bet to examine the GDR when looking for hints. We believe Nissan will fine-tune it a bit on the Silvia S16, passing it on much more of a comfortable, GD-style ambience in contrast to the tech-filled Godzilla. We think the two-seat layout is a distinct possibility, with the front offering very bolstered sports seats to always keep travelers in place although getting the coupe by means of its spaces. Carbon fiber, brushed aluminum, and Alcantara will certainly make the materials collection when possibilities will include leather. We believe the S16 can get a lot more comfortable, GD-style vibe compared to the tech-packed Godzilla, plus the two-sitting layout. The infotainment products will likely be remarkable. In the dash will likely be an enhanced infotainment readout with a host of details on all sorts of performance factors, which include the G-meter, enhanced ranges, lap clock, and a lot more. This touchscreen must also come with navigation possibilities and Bluetooth support. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 drivetrain. First and most important, the S16 Silvia will be front-engine and RWD. This is the crucial drivetrain layout for the nameplate, and Nissan would be irrational to change it up. Over and above that, we count on a 4-cylinder engine with a sizable volume of enhancing extra by means of the use of a turbocharger. The engine displacement should slot in at the 2.0-liter mark, even though the base model with a more economical 1.8-liter engine would make sensation to assist bolster the lineup. The last number of years also found the internet rumor mill churn out reviews that the new Nissan Silvia will come with a variable pressure VCT engine, related to what Infiniti is making use of for its most up-to-date QX crossover models. This might also be a viable alternative to the Silvia, so long as it produced the proper amount of motivation when you placed your foot down. The engine displacement should slot in at the 2.0-liter mark, although the base model with a more economical 1.8-liter engine makes sense as well. Communicating of which, we think about 275 to 300 horsepower for the top trim model would feel proper, and 175 horsepower for the lower trim level if it changes out to be an issue. Routing it all to the rear axle will be each a manual and automatic transmission alternative, while a professionally limited fault differential may come as standard. Finally, it is worth mentioning that the Silvia would likely be a hybrid. Following the all, gossip has it in the after that Z could possibly be a hybrid, so maybe the Silvia is in the identical motorboat. If we had our decision, we'd adore seeing Nissan stuff the engine bay with the blaze-breathing 6 out of the GTR, but that is extremely improbable. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 chassis and managing. The original Silvia was built on Nissan's S chassis, an RWD sports platform first used in 1976 and stopped in 2002 next to the S15. Using that in thoughts, we wouldn't be surprised if the new Silvia launched a fresh architecture for the brand, something that would be also used for the revamped next-gen Z. The focus right here will obviously be on trying to keep issues as lightweight as possible, whilst nevertheless trying to keep it all comfortable in the interior as effectively. Aluminum will pervade all through, with a lot more stiffening elements offered by way of carbon composites in which possible. We also wouldn't imagine it if Nissan additional the Nismo version with stiffer, far more die-hard gear for the suspension and handling to coincide with a more aggressive exterior aero setup. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 release date and price. This may ruffle a handful of feathers, but we're going to speculate the new Silvia will cost somewhere between $35,000 and $40,000. But wait, you may say, won't that place it in the identical price bracket as the Nissan 370Z? In fact, it might, which is why we want to comply with that statement by declaring the Z will most likely turn out to be smaller, lighter, and more affordable with the following iteration, potentially even adopting a 4-cylinder power plant when compared to the traditional 6-cylinder. In that case, the Silvia will be billed as the far more premium and more quickly solution in between the two. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 competition. The Bowtie brand just decreased the 6th generation for its famous muscles car, taking the generally directly line-driven Camaro into the present-day period with new information to aid it to change and quit, not to talk about being interior with a very little extra fanciness as effectively. Under the hood, the Camaro SS is preparing all the firepower you would assume from the nameplate, with its very much as 455 horses and 455 pound-feet made by a 6.2-liter V8. If the head-snapping velocity is what you're right after, the Camaro has the products. Without however established, the following gen Mazda RX sports car will make for a wonderful rival to the following gen Silvia. Like Mazda RXs of aged, the new one will come correct with a low heart of gravitational pressure, 50/50 front to rear body weight submission, hardly any curb weight, and top-notch suspension adjusting, developing an RWD sports car which could hang up with the best of them, provided ample sides. Don't neglect the triangular wackle engine and decline lifeless gorgeous Mazda styling as nicely. 2020 Nissan Silvia S16 conclusion. Based on what came well before it, we believe now is a fantastic time for Nissan to bring back the Silvia nameplate. The brand presently has the proper combination of commuter sedans and crossovers, and the GTR is a very good halo vehicle to back its performance boasts. However, what Nissan really requires is a refreshing face that's readily available to much more fans, especially considering the good results of lightweight RWD coupes like the Subaru BRZ and Toyota 86. Given, the BRZ/86 twins are reduced on the rate stirrup mid than we put out on this page, but that's whereby the new, less expensive Z enters into play. We know Nissan is in that correct body of thoughts, thinking about ideas like the recent iDX. The position is this: we think the requirement is there. Nissan just needs to deliver the items. The Silvia is known as Nissan's line of sporty coupes, with a long historical past and several decades attached to the nameplate. As a light-in-weight, front-engine, RWD two-door with a ton of power perspective, the Silvia is nicely matched to a range of motorsport routines. Chief among these is drifting, but tough racing and circuit racing are also high on the listing. The car also appeared in the popular Original D cartoon show, which assisted it to grow awareness and desirability amid lovers. The Nissan Silvia was generated between 1964 and 1968, followed by a lengthier second run involving 1974 and 2002. Nissan first drew the sheets on the model in 1964, presenting it as the Datsun Coupe 1500 at the Tokyo Motor Show. The preferred brand Silvia, however, was taken from Silvia, which is a clinical genus classification for a kind of parrot, probably used as a continuation from earlier Nissan naming components like the Nissan Bluebird. At the time, the Datsun 1500 Coupe came designed with a 1.6-liter inline four-cylinder producing up to 96 horsepower. Thanks.